you so much for subscribing to my channel. So in this video we will be talking about Article 13, pre-constitutional laws, post-constitutional laws and freedom rights. Also we will be discussing about right to equality in detail. Let's get started. So, starting with Article 13, which says the law which are inconsistent with or are in derogation with the fundamental rights are invalid. Article 13, Clause 1 deals with the pre constitutional laws. It says laws which are not consistent with the fundamental rights are invalid, are void, and which are consistent with the fundamental rights are valid. Article 13, Clause 1 also has two doctrines. The first one is doctrine of severability. Severability basically means to separate such laws which are inconsistent with the fundamental rights. The case law herein we have is A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. And doctrine of eclipse. Eclipse means to overshadow or hide. And doctrine of eclipse means fundamental rights will eclipse or they will shadow over such laws which are invalid or which are inconsistent with the fundamental rights. यानी कि जो लॉज फंडामेंटल राइट्स के कंसिस्टेंट नहीं होंगे, जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स से इनकंसिस्टेंट होंगे, उनको फंडामेंटल राइट्स ओवरशैडो कर लेगा. The case law herein we have is Bhikaji Narayan Thakuras versus State of MP. The next we have is Article 13 Clause 2, which deals with post-constitutional laws. It prohibits Parliament from making such laws which are inconsistent with the fundamental rights. The case we have is State of Gujarat versus Ambika Mills. Article 13 Clause 3 defines law and law in force. Law includes any ordinance, order, bylaws, rules or regulations, custom or usages having the force of law. Article 13 Clause 4 says nothing in this article shall apply to the amendments which are made under Article 368. The case is Shankari Prasad case. It was held that 13 Clause 2 did not include the law and the amendment which are made by the Parliament under Article 368. This decision of Supreme Court was ruled out in the Golaknath versus State of Punjab case and was again in the case of Keshwananda Bharti. It was overruled and it upheld the validity of the Constitution. Then we have fundamental rights which are dealt in Part 3 of the Constitution. Fundamental rights are also known as the Magna Carta and they are inspired by the US Constitution. They are discussed under Part 3 from Article 12 to Article 35. All of the fundamental rights except Article 20 and 21 can be suspended during the emergency. Fundamental rights are classified into 6. The first one is right to equality from Article 14 to Article 18. Right to equality includes equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on various grounds, equality of opportunity, right against untouchability, and abolition of titles. Then we have right to freedom, which is dealt in from Article 19 to 22. Right to freedom talks about protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech, etc., protection in respect of conviction for offences, protection of life and personal liberty, right to education, and protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Then we have right against exploitation. It talks about the prohibition of trafficking in human beings and forced labor, and also talks about the prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. Then we have right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion includes the freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion, freedom to manage religious affairs, and to the payment of taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. It also talks about freedom as to the attendance at religious instructions or religious worship at the educational institutions. Then we have cultural and educational rights. It talks about the protection of interest of minorities and right of minorities to establish and administer religious institutes. Then we have right to constitutional remedies, in which we have 5 type of writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari and quo warranto, which we will be studying in detail further. Now starting with the very first fundamental right, that is right to equality. Article 14 deals with equality before law, and the equality before law can be divided into two concepts. The first is the negative approach and the second one is the positive approach. Starting with the negative approach, it says it prohibits unequal treatment. It says everyone is equal in the eyes of law. The very same approach is known as rule of law in England. Rule of law was expounded by Edward Coke and was developed by Professor A.V. Dicey in his book The Law of Constitution in 1885. Rule of law has three principles. The first one is supremacy of law. The second one is the predominance of legal spirit, which means the general principle of the constitution are the result of judicial decisions determining the right of private person in a particular case. It says कि जो भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के जनरल प्रिंसिपल्स हैं वो उस चीज़ का रिजल्ट है जो एक प्राइवेट पर्सन के केस में कोर्ट के आगे आती हैं चीज़ें. The third principle is the equality before law, which says no man is above law. Then the rule of law is also discussed under our Indian constitution. The preamble of our constitution clearly sets out the principle of rule of law when it lays down the objective of social, economic, and political justice, equality of status and opportunity, and fraternity and dignity of individuals. The purpose of rule of law is basically to strike out the arbitrariness and to ensure the fairness and equality. The new doctrine was developed which says rule of law plus natural justice is equal to equality before law. Now, talking about the positive approach which demands equal treatment is equal protection of law. It was inspired by the American Constitution, which says like should be treated alike. The next in right to equality, we have Article 15, which prohibits discrimination on 5 grounds, that is religion, race, caste, sex, and place of birth. When we talk about Article 15, we have 5 clauses. 15 clause 1 says no state shall discriminate. 15 clause 2 says not only state but also the citizen should not discriminate. Article 15 clause 3 provides for the special provisions for women and children, which is regarded as the positive discrimination. Then we have Article 15 clause 4, which provides for the special provision for the advancement of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and SEBC, which is socially and educationally backward classes. It was inserted in first constitutional amendment in the case of State of Madras versus Champakam. Then we have 15 clause 5, which specifically deals with the admission in the educational institution. Same for SEBC. It was inserted by 93rd Amendment. Then we have Article 16, which talks about equality in the case of public employment. Article 16 clause 1, which is treated as the scope of this article, says equality of opportunity for the employment and the appointment. 16 clause 2 prohibits discrimination on the 7 grounds, which is religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, and residence. Article 16 clause 3 says reservation on the basis of residence. 16 clause 4 reservation for the backward classes. 16 clause 4a talks in the cases of promotion. It says in the case of promotion there should be reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, which was added by 77th Amendment. 16 clause 4b talks about, it says unfilled vacancy. There was a reservation of 50% for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. It ended. It was inserted by 81st Amendment. 16 clause 5 says reservation in the religious institutions does not violate Article 16 clause 1 and 16 clause 2. Then we have Article 17, which is right against untouchability. Article 17 not only forbids untouchability but also makes it a punishable offence through Article 35. In the case of Jai Singh versus Union of India, untouchability is not defined anywhere in the constitution. In this particular case, it was made clear that untouchability only means caste based untouchability. Last in this heading, we have Article 18, which is abolition of titles. Article 18 clause 1 says no title not being military or academic distinction shall be conferred. Article 18 clause 2 says no citizen of India shall accept any title from foreign state. Article 18, Clause 3 says no foreigner who is holding any profit office under the state can, without the consent of the president, hold any title from foreign state. कोई यानी कि कोई भी फॉरेनर जो प्रॉफिट ऑफिस रन कर रहा है बिना प्रेसिडेंट की कंसेंट के फॉरेन स्टेट से कोई भी टाइटल नहीं ले सकता है. आर्टिकल 18 क्लॉज 4 सेज no citizen or the foreigner can accept any present or emolument without the consent of the president by the foreign state. यहाँ पे सिटीजन भी और फॉरेनर भी दोनों को रोक दिया गया है कोई भी प्रेजेंट या एमोल्यूमेंट्स लेने से प्रेसिडेंट के कंसेंट के बिना किसी भी फॉरेन स्टेट से. I hope I have made Article 13 and right to equality very clear to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Keep supporting.